Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting roosters. It is coming that time again here where we are going to start processing a few of our chickens that we have here. All for different reasons, and we're gonna explain each one of them. But first, I'm gonna try to catch the one that we're doing because he's actually just gone mean. We can't walk around the chicken run as much because he wants to try to attack us. So his time's coming to an end. One rooster down. I think we have just one more to go, actually.
We're only doing 3? We're not doing any of the young one? Or we're going to save them for the meat? For some reason...
I thought that's what you said. We got to catch them because they got to go in the meat. Oh shoot, we're going to need it. I guess they can go in this one.
Jeez.
Do you want to talk about your lovely experiences with Mario?
No. Only the neighbors get to hear those.
Mario seemed to really pick on Chelsea, so it's definitely something that needs to be done. It's hard to take care of your chickens when you have an aggressive rooster, so now that he's taken care of, the next rooster, it's unfortunate just the amount of roosters that you have. We want to go down to just one rooster per flock, and that means we have to grab another one, and it's just unfortunate he just didn't get to be the pick. But right here, that's the rooster I'm trying to catch. He does come to me pretty easy, so I do feel a little guilty that I feel like it might be easier than I think. Once you miss, then it gets harder. He broke out, so now we know that we need to put something up against it. Alright, re-caught him for the second time. I was a little mad, I didn't think I was going to be able to catch him that fast. Now we know that he's going to power through, so we're going to put something here in front of this fencing. And hopefully he doesn't break out again. So I know what you guys are gonna tell me already, that why don't we just in the middle of the night go ahead and grab these chickens while they're on the roost. It's dark, it's a lot easier to do it that way, and I recommend that for people to do. But this is the more fun way, and it's fun for you guys to watch the entertainment to see if we're gonna catch them or not. And I like an excuse to try to use that chicken hook. And this is my time to tell you guys, if you ever need to catch a chicken and it's during the middle of the day, that chicken hook has worked really good for us in many different scenarios and times. So now this guy's hiding in the back, but that chicken for our Splash Moran flock, we just want to go down to one rooster for our flocks now. We don't want to house too many chickens. We want to be able to limit the amount of chickens we have, and we want to be able to make sure that we can walk into the flocks okay. That guy was not the one of the two that we wanted to catch. I just had a hard time catching that first guy, and this guy was easier to catch, and unfortunate for that rooster, so I guess we're gonna have to now name the other Splash brand, which we never did. This is Mario. He hatched here this year, probably towards the beginning of the year, I think it was. I don't know if it was around March maybe, so. And he just started going rogue and started wanting to attack us, and you can't have a rooster like that. That makes it where you can't collect eggs easy. The last rooster of the 3 roosters that we need to process, this guy right here, which if you can see is in our chicken tractor still. This is our Cornish cross, back when we actually just processed Cornish cross. And right now, the only reason we still have one of these guys is we actually kept 2 of them. One of them ended up not surviving. Is we wanted to keep 2 of them because we have a plan here in the future, which we're going to do here towards the end of the year. So a little sneak preview for probably around September, October, maybe November. We are gonna make a course on how to beginners to butcher chickens. And we wanted to save a few so that we could kind of try to practice and film a course for you guys So he's left over. We're not gonna film the course for just him. So if you're just starting off and wanna learn how to process chickens and you can see the way that we do it, we're planning to launch a course for processing chickens. So we like to make sure that the night before we get as much as we can around, because we like to wake up right when the sun comes out or even just a little before the sun really is rising, and have everything ready to go here, have stuff in easy places so that when we come out, we can just come out and do it. The chickens right here next to the setup, so we don't gotta go far to grab them at all. It should be a little easier to grab them, especially so early in the morning. So we'll be prepared and ready to go. Rooster wrangling isn't the most fun sometimes, but that was actually a pretty smooth rooster wrangle for once. We are thankful for the opportunity to be able to raise these chickens and to be able to have the opportunity to take care of them, knowing what went into them. But this is just an issue, and I'll go over it, and I've talked about it before, but when you have an excess amount of roosters and how you obtain an excess amount of roosters, this is the way that it just has to be sometimes. There's many ways you could go about it, but we're thankful that we know the ability and how to process chickens and how to be able to supply meat for our family this way. And since we have the ability to do it, it is something that we will take advantage of when we have a chance to and when it's right. We won't just do this just because or for fun. We do this because it's a need and it's something about how our farm operates. And I'll get into it a little bit more, but thankful that the day's done. It is, although a rewarding feeling, it is always something that you just kind of have to stomach and get through. You got to realize that these chickens went and had 100+ great days, and they basically lived about one bad day their whole life. Now it's time to clean up, and like I said afterwards, we have some more rooster catching to do. It should be entertaining, so stay tuned. So now the chickens inside this little ice bath, they're gonna rest for about 24 hours. Then we're gonna go ahead and piece them. We love piecing the chickens here because it separates them into small packages where you can fit them in the freezer much easier. We could keep them whole, but we don't choose to. Plus, Chelsea wants to take the breast meat and actually attempt canning chicken. I don't know if anyone's had success with canning chicken in the past, but it's something that we want to try out this year and make sure, because any kind of freezer space you can save is huge. All right, I'm over to the pigs. We got the chicken guts and the feet, and we're gonna let the pigs take a little snack now. This is part of the don't waste the food. Make sure that you can use all of it. It helps honor the animal that you took care of it. Try not to waste any pieces of it all. So let's see how the pigs like their treat. As they're finishing their treat, I'm gonna go change. This is processing chicken shirt still. Change out of my clothes, and as promised, more rooster catching, and of course during the day because it's more fun. All right, a little bit of rooster wrangling. Round 2 today. I think there's 4 of them I gotta catch. Let's see how quick I can do it. One out of 4. They don't like being held upside down, but it calms them down. It's a lot easier to transfer them this way. 1 out of 4. That means we still have 3 more. I can do the math. Here we go. This should be exciting as soon as we get down to the last one, I bet. I know, we need to get a door for that thing, but it's been just like a makeshift chicken tractor that just helps us out for things like this. It's not a finished project, but it's definitely gotten the job done, so, I mean, what are you gonna say? I guess we can touch it up another day. 3 more, let's do it. All right, that's number 2. 2 more. All right, they're both waiting for me right here. Let's see if I get one. Man, I missed that opportunity. Well, that one was off camera. But number 3's here. Let's go bring him to the new home. I hope the enjoyment of me running around like a crazy person catching roosters is at least entertaining to somebody. It's a little entertaining to me, but it also is a lot of work. So, all right, we're here, we arrived. Let's put him home. I like when they show up, they're like, what the heck, like what just happened to us? Well, at this point, I'm sure you could guess, I'm like the crazy chicken guy, so all these chickens are in hiding. And yeah, they're all up there now. They're like, who are you gonna catch next? I just want one of you guys, that's it. Just one. I'm afraid if I go in there right now, I am gonna cause like mayhem of getting chickens, and I feel like they're just gonna fly all at me. What do you guys want? You guys want me to do that? Makes me a little nervous. Let's try. All right, nope, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Instead, I'm gonna hit the coop and let them jump out. Much more effective. Now let's get to catching. All right, guys, he was the last one. I'm all done for the night. Number 4. Wasn't that bad, actually. And that does it. 4 chickens back in their new home for about 5-6 weeks, I think, something like that, maybe 8 weeks. And I'll explain what's going on in a second. I gotta find a better door situation. Well, because we have had multiple times that we have hatched chickens here over the last few years, and I think we have done it twice already this year here in 2024. Unfortunately, you get a lot of roosters, and a lot of people have different ways of how they want to take care of this problem, and you can either find new homes for them, which can be very difficult to find people who want to house roosters. The only people who usually want to are people who want to do what we just did, which is process them. Or you can process them if you know how to do it. And the last option is just to let them be, like have them and have all these extra roosters, which for anyone who has roosters understands that you cannot have that many roosters for hens. It just does not work out. So this is what it's come to. Now this is going to be a bachelor pad here for the roosters, where the 4 of them will hang out probably for about like 8 weeks. If anyone has a better idea, comment that below for us, because we'd be more than happy to figure out something else sometimes. But at the same time, if we have the ability to do it, and God has given us the ability to be able to figure out and the skills to do this, why not? It fills the freezer. It allows our family to have food. We have so badly wanted to get more hens for this Splash Moran flock here. And unfortunately, every time we hatch out, it ends up being just like 7 roosters, 2 hens. And we have just not been able to do that. So there is a possible chance that we are going to need to hatch out chickens once again for these guys. And we're gonna have that same problem, that we're gonna have extra roosters. It has just been a day. Rooster wrangling day is just, it's a little bit of fun, but also it's a lot of work. I feel like I've sweat through like 3 pieces of clothing today. All right, new morning, new day. Feels good to have a lot of the stuff accomplished that we got done yesterday. Starting to just make the homestead feel a little bit more put together. We are now out to check to see if all the 4 Splash Morans are in here and doing good. And it looks like they are. It looks like they actually either dumped their water or already went through it all. So let's get them a little feed now. And it's nice that it looks like they're settling in, I mean, as best as they can. All right, they're all taken care of. We have all 4 roosters where they need to be. Now it's time to feed the other flocks. And this is gonna be the first time in a while that I'm not gonna go in with a stick or a rake or something to kind of help protect myself. I'm just gonna see how it goes with having the 1 rooster in each flock. Hopefully well, but also if it doesn't, then you guys get a good laugh out of whatever happens from there. So let's get these chickens fed. Man, does it feel great to be able to just come out here and do that Now let's go check with flock number 2. I don't have a basket with me because I wasn't expecting to collect eggs, but I might as well while I'm here, so we'll use the food scooper. All right, it works just like a basket would. I just gotta be a little careful not to crack them. That is a great feeling once again to be able to be a part with the flock, walk in here without the fear that like something's gonna come up and jump and get me, or as soon as I turn my back, start chasing me. So I think we got 2 good roosters going right now. I'm hoping that they stay that way, but they do like to change, especially when springtime happens. As you can see, there's always a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff that we need to catch up on, whether it's separating pigs, processing chickens. So until then, it's just on the list, just right? Everyone has that list, the list that you get one thing off and then you add 5 things on. And until you get all those things taken care of, which will never happen. So we'll get to it eventually. Have a great day and a better tomorrow, and God bless everybody.